So looking at...
Oh, let me shut this off.
Okay.
If I even know how to. There we
This
go.
is a really rad tour bus, by the way.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice.
Really awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let me just pull my skirt down a little bit there, a little more ladylike. There we are.
So Looking Glass just came out on May 6th. What was the process of making the album like, and how did it differ from your previous album?
Okay, well this was, it's a single. You know, we just came out with we have 3 full-length albums, and the most recent one was Walking with Strangers, which we released in the fall. And then, so with Looking Glass, we did a video for it, and we wanted just sort of a way to be able to get it to people, not just on the internet, you know, sort of have hard copies. So the Looking Glass single has the video on it. And then also it has remixes, like a few of our friends. Jamie from the Start did a remix, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then Dave Ogilvy, the producer of Walking with Strangers, and Dean Garcia as well. So we were able to just get some kind of cool, different takes on a few of the songs.
Right.
And also do, we did that cover song of, I think We're Alone Now, which was really kind of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, and some original stuff too, which was nice.
Yeah.
So
That's exciting, yeah. So what's been your favorite part of this tour so far?
my favorite part of the tour. We're really happy to be out with Mindless Self-Indulgence. That's really cool because we get to watch them every night.
Right.
So, and their live show is just so cool that it really keeps your energy up, like
Pumped
yay!
up, yeah.
Exactly. You get to watch them every night, and then, you know, and it's always nice to tour and get to travel around a bit, and you don't really get to see very much of the cities that you're in because you're always just sort of doing the shows, and it's work, right?
Right.
So, but it's really cool being out with them. We're all really having fun.
Yeah.
So.
Just kind of a fun environment, very, you know, out there and pumped up.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's awesome.
Definitely. So.
So you have a background in visual art, and how much of the band's aesthetics are you in charge of, and do you find that your art background has had an influence on your work?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's cool to sort of be in the band and not just be able to have music in it, like graphics and, you know, website imagery and t-shirt designs, and all of us are really creative. So I definitely think that, I mean, going to art school, you learn how to, you know, do oil painting and watercolor painting, which maybe isn't the most practical thing to know how to do in a band, but you definitely have ideas for visuals, and yeah, like we do all of our own t-shirt designs and all of our own website stuff so far.
That's awesome. And I think it's exciting to have kids get excited about album art again, you know, where it's...
Yeah.
And like going to websites, because your website is really awesome.
Well,
so
thank you.
Very, very visually pleasing. So
Yeah, we try and do that, you know, sort of just use it, have everything under one roof. Music, images, all the stuff, so...
Right, and so growing up with, what bands influenced you guys?
We listened to such a wide range of stuff. I mean, we grew up listening, you know, 9 Inch Nails and all the 80s retro stuff, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, and then, but also, you know, Metallica and like Pantera
Heavy stuff,
Megadeth and all this stuff. So, you know, that's, with our music, we try and bring all those interests together, like Roxette and Pantera, you know, and bring them together like that. My 2 favorite bands are Concrete Blonde and Faith No More. That's just me, though. Like, everybody has their own thing, but I always really love the singer of Concrete Blonde. She's kind of one of my role models, and she's a visual artist, and she's got great style, and I just think she's
I'm gonna check them out. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really cool. So.
And I think it definitely shows in your music. It's just such a variety of things going on, and I think that's very important for a band to have that versatile kind of like.
You want to try and sound distinctive, right?
Exactly.
And sound unique, and that's what we're trying to do. So
exactly.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, as an artist, you kind of have to sponge up everything, kind of soak it in, and pay attention to things around you. What are some of your favorite artists or books that you read, movies even?
We always, I mean, all of us grew up really loving horror movies and slasher movies and fantasy movies too, you know, like Hellraiser and Labyrinth and all these, you know what I mean? Like, just really different stuff like that. And again, it's trying to bring together those contrasts of like fantasy and horror and childhood and adulthood, and mixing that together. I really like the illustrator Edward Gorey. I don't know if you're familiar.
I have not, no.
He's really cool. He has really dark illustrations and writes sort of little nursery rhymes, and it's very adult, but at the same time very innocent. So I always found him really inspiring. I mean, we love Tim Burton, you know.
Oh, of course, the god.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Depp in there, and you gotta.
Yeah, that's enough for me right there.
Exactly.
So, so we really like stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And do you read comic books as well as an administrator?
My keyboard player Owen is a comic book guru. He's all into that kind of stuff. And, I mean, me not so much. Like I read a lot of, I liked the Battle Angel manga and stuff like that, and then I can't even think. You know, Archie comics were big with me, but you know, I'm not too into like comic books.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what movies and books and stuff are for. So.
Exactly. So.
So you guys have traveled pretty much all over the place, and you've seen so many people, learned so much. Do you feel like the cultures and everything that you've learned from being, you know, all over the place, has it influenced what you guys write as lyricists and musically?
I definitely think that'll come into it. I mean, even just like our newest album, Walking with Strangers, and there's a song on there as well. It's that whole concept of just you travel around and you are in different countries and things are really different. And when you spend that much time kind of immersed in it, we feel like we're walking with strangers a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're trusting people that you don't know very well. You're interacting with people who don't even necessarily, you don't speak their language, so it can be kind of uncomfortable.
Right.
And you have to adapt very fast to things like that, and just always kind of remain grateful that you're there in the first place.
Exactly.
You know, but it can be kind of disconcerting, and I think that affects you as sort of a person. You know, like you realize how much you value like just being at home or being in a place where you can communicate with someone, and it doesn't take 10 minutes to try and figure out where you can
without the translation
go to the washroom.
book,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and they want to help too, but there's just this wall in between you. So you end up getting to know people, like just random people, just really, really well, because you become dependent on
definitely,
people,
yeah. And communication is, you know, so difficult when you don't know how to ask where to go to important facilities. And
exactly. I've learned that there are 3 phrases that to me are very important to learn in every language. So I've made, when we go to Germany, I know them in German and etc.
Yeah.
One is thank you, because I think that's a very good one. Thank you. Where is the toilet?
That one's
that one should be number 1, but I like to try and pretend I'm polite and thank you. And the third one for me is no onions, because I do not like onions on anything.
Those 3 will get you through any European trip.
Exactly. Everybody should come up with their 3 phrases,
exactly.
I think. So.
In case of emergency.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
And what do you do during tour to keep yourself busy and...
Well, you know, we watch a lot of movies, you know, I read a lot. I'm always in my bunk at the end of the night reading, because that helps me go to sleep.
Right.
And I like to knit and crochet as well, so I'm kind of like the grandma, like in the back lounge. Like right now I'm crocheting this big pink blanket. I should show it to you.
Definitely, yeah.
Can I go grab that? I'm gonna grab
that.
Hold on here.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
No, it's awesome.
This is, no one has seen this yet.
Oh,
so
man.
I have this giant ball of yarn, and I'm crocheting this big.
That is so awesome. It looks so cozy.
It is.
Comforting.
Here, check it out.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah. So this is my tour blanket.
I love it.
Yeah. So this is what I do to keep busy on tour.
And you know what? It's a great hobby. It relaxes you. You know, you're
Definitely.
making things at the same time.
It's productive and it's very calming.
Exactly.
So I think those things are important.
I love that.
Thank you. It's a good hobby.
So, what I was gonna ask is, if you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
There's a lot, you know, like I was saying, I love Johnette from Concrete Blonde, and I would love to just shake her hand. I just admire her so much, so that would be cool. But then, you know what I mean, like, this is just going to turn into like a list of bands that I liked growing up, you know what I mean? Like, Axl, where's Axl? You know what I mean? Like, silly stuff like that. I don't really know. I think my bass player is, can we pause for
Oh,
a
of
second?
course, of course. So, yeah, list of favorite bands you were saying that you would like to collaborate with.
Oh gosh, see, I don't know. Like I loved Faith No More. You know what I mean? They don't exist anymore, but Faith No More, Concrete Blonde. I mean, I love like Deftones. I love Guns N' Roses. I love Typo Negative. Like,
oh my god, it's like my obsession phase with Typo Negative right now. So good.
So good, hey.
Black
Really
Number
awesome.
One is like the greatest song ever written.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on
I
that. October Rust is one of my favorite albums.
love that. Definitely, definitely.
So, you know, I don't know if necessarily it would work well if I were to collaborate with Axl. But oh, I loved them back in the day.
You could do anything.
Let's see how well that would go. But, yeah.
And what's next for the band? Where do you guys go from here?
Well, we are going to do another album.
Okay.
But again, like while you're on tour, you're just so focused on the shows, the tour, getting through I think the tour was like 10 weeks altogether. So
Oh, wow.
that's pretty daunting to like kind of look ahead to, and we're only about a third done. So it's
Oh,
like
my God.
we're really focusing on that and just sort of staying healthy and performing.
That's awesome.
We're probably hopefully going to get started on work when we get home.
Do you know what sound it's gonna have, or is it too early to say?
It's kind of too early to
Yeah.
say. You know, like we always think like, well, when we're on the road, we'll write while we're on the road. And then you end up with a giant pink blanket, but
But you know what?
Not
It's
any-
creativity in a different form.
exactly.
So-
Thank you. I
There we
appreciate
go.
that.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll talk after the next album and
Oh, I'm
try
sure.
to catch up. Very
Thank you
nice
so
meeting you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.